So yesterday I had a friend ask me what they should do about a ghost problem that they were having. Um, they had an apartment, and apparently I think it was a duplex actually, and there was a ghost that had been progressively getting worse and worse, knocking things down, slamming doors. Um, Closing doors that were hard for the people to close themselves, and it has escalated to the point where the girl that lives there was sleeping and woke up, and she had had her face scratched. So this has been getting worse and worse apparently, and they were wondering what to do about it. So they had smudged the house and cleansed it really well, and that worked for a little while, but then the problems reoccurred and progressively got worse. Um, so at first I was thinking re-smudging and cleansing the house, and then cleansing themselves really well after they got done with that, so that the ghost didn't leave, or the harmful energy didn't leave with them and then just come back to infest the house again. Um, and also setting up a ward to guard them from the ghost and the harmful energies, or the harmful energies, whatever it is, whatever the problem is. But today I was thinking that maybe a better answer would be to try to help the ghost or the spirit, whatever it is, to find peace and to go to where it belongs, in the light, in the afterlife, and stop inhabiting or trying to inhabit the worldly home of these people. So I was thinking that something they might try would be to use some dowsing rods to find where the energy of the ghost is the strongest, where the portal is that the ghost is coming through. And then, using a pendulum, they could ask the ghost yes or no questions, instructing the ghost to answer yes by swinging the pendulum clockwise, and no by swinging the pendulum counterclockwise, and then go from there, trying to find out if it is indeed a ghost or a spirit or some other type of harmful energy, or just energy in general. I don't know that the ghost actually means to harm anyone. I think a lot of times ghosts are just lost souls of deceased people that are having troubles going into the afterlife. They're for some reason still attached to the place where they used to live, or to certain objects or things like that. About objects, just shortly, I wanted to say that sometimes ghosts or spirits or energies will inhabit an object, and if you acquire the object, if it's given to you, if you find it, if you buy it, and then bring it home, sometimes that's the cause of the harmful or the scary things going on. And if you get rid of the object, then that'll help. But anyway, I think the very first thing that they need to do is to let the ghost know that this scaring them, scratching them, things like that are unacceptable, and they will not tolerate it. They need to let the ghost or the energies know that their higher power will protect them, and will not stand for any kind of BS, any kind of harm to come to them. They need to lay down the law, in other words. They need to explain to the ghost that they will help it if they can, but they will not tolerate any kind of harm coming to them. So I was talking about using the dowsing rods and finding where the energy of the ghost is strongest and then communicating with it using a pendulum. Some questions they might ask it after they find out what kind of energy they're dealing with are things like, are you attached to the house itself, or and then if the ghost answers no, they can proceed from there to find out exactly what the attachment is, and if they can get rid of that attachment, or maybe progressively ask the ghost where they would like the object to go, by asking it questions like, would you like us to take the object to the beach and leave it there, or anywhere else, and find out what to do. Some other questions after finding out, like say if the ghost was attached to the house itself, they could find out why it's attached to it by keeping asking these yes or no questions, and go from there. Was there some type of a event that the ghost can't get over? And if so, if that's the case, then they can try to reconcile the event with the ghost through meditation and imagination practices, shamanism basically, and communicating with these energies and trying to reconcile them and freeing the ghost or the energy so that it can go to where it belongs. I think that's probably a better strategy than just trying to exorcise the ghost or kick it out, because that's only going to bring about more anger and hostility. Well, it possibly could lead to more anger and hostility. Sometimes the exorcisms or the smudging, the cleansing, and just getting rid of the energy, sometimes that does work. But I think there's more of a risk for it, if it is a ghost, for the situation to just be worsened by building up resentment in the ghost, instead of finding a solution that's good for it, even if it's some type of a dark, malignant spirit, which I think is probably very rare. If you look at people, a lot of times people do commit harmful acts and things, but it's usually because of confusion or fear or some type of mistrust or miscommunication that is built up and escalated to a point of harmfulness. I think it's very rare for a person to just be out to hurt other people. I think that does happen, but I think it's pretty rare, and I think as above, so below. I think it's the same situation in the spirit world. It's rare to find a purely harmful energy that is just out to hurt people. So I think reconciling with the ghost and trying to help it find its way is a much better strategy. So that's all I have to say about that for today. I hope you're having a great weekend. Much love. Namaste.